Hello everyone, it's Jessica here with another Shimmerz layout. You can use my name Jessica in the notes section of your order for a free gift. So I have a piece of pretty thick cardstock here. I think it's 120 pound if I remember right. It's by Park Lane, and I am just coating this with a nice coat of clear gesso. And I am just spritzing this down. I waited for it to dry, of course, and then I'm spritzing that down with water. And then I just directly sprayed on some of the Color Splash Rockin Robin color. It's a really, really pretty blue color. I want this to look kind of like a sunset because that's what my photo is going to be today. And then this bluish one here is Iris My Case. Iris My Case. And it's a Shimmerz product. The first one was a Color Splash. So I just wanted a little pop of like a purplish blue in there, so I just added a little bit. And then same with this. This is Jeni Blue in Vibes, and I just wanted a little pop of other colors and a little bit different blue there. So you'll see me kind of work this around. I like to pick up my paper and just kind of let those colors blend together and create this nice little sunset effect on here. I did go back in with a little bit more blue there, as you can see, and just spritzed a little more color in there, just to get a little bit more dimension in my blues. I did dab up a couple of those pools just for the sake of dry time, and I didn't like a big pool there in the way that it looked. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the orange color and just kind of fade this down, do like an ombre effect. So this is the Shimmerz in Orange Sherbet, and I am just using some water there first. I spritz it down with water, and that's the beauty of that gesso, and what that helps is hold up to all these wet, heavy mediums on here, and it helps your paper not warp so bad, and it also helps these colors really be able to blend together. But I get asked this question all the time: why do I use gesso and how much do I need to use? And this is a prime example when you don't use enough gesso. See this line down the middle that kind of looks like a butt crack in my page? That line there is because I obviously skipped that part of my page with the gesso and didn't get enough on there. So if you don't get a nice coating and an even coat, then that's kind of what happens, is there's no gesso right there. So my paper is actually just soaking that right up and not allowing that color to move and blend and just lay on top of the paper. So that's what happens, but it's okay. I'm gonna color this up with some embellishments, and my photo and everything is gonna be pretty much in the center anyways, so I'm really not worried about that line being there. And it may look a little bit better too when I get this completely dried. I think I'm gonna run this one through my laminator just to dry it and make sure that it gets all these crinkles out and stuff. So I'm just adding some splatters in those darker blue colors on top of that mixed media. The blue is starting to dry at this point. I'm going to go ahead and water down some white acrylic paint and add some white splatters just to create a nice marbling effect and break this up. Baby girl is here, and she is super tempted to put her finger in that white paint. And she's just acting like she's finger painting over here. So I have to hurry up and get that wiped up rather quickly. I did move my water cup over on the left as well because she was into my paintbrushes, which normally I don't so much mind, but I didn't really want her messing with them on this one because I have so much stuff on my desk right now. This one here that I'm just flicking on some splatters of is not a Shimmerz, it's a Color Splash in Gold Digger. It's a really nice gold for gold splatters. And then this one here is a Shimmerz in Pumpkin, and I really wanted to add some darker orange splatters, so that's what I used for those. And then I'm going back to that Iris My Case. I'm going to add a little bit more, but I'm just going to smush it out of my brush for some bigger drops. And I just wanted a little bit more of that purplish color. You can see it there when it's dry. I ran this through my laminator. There's the butt crack and what it looks like now. It kind of reminds me of a butt crack because it's like a peach color, so it looks like a peach crack. So I know all of you are probably cracking up right now too, but that's what it reminds me of. I've got this sun cut file that I'm using today, and this is one of my go-to favorite sun cut files ever. I've used it quite often. It's by Cut to You, and it's just my favorite. I love the way that it looks. You can do so many different things with this. You can make a shaker pocket out of the middle. You can put your photo in the middle of it, but today I'm not doing anything with the middle. I'm actually just going to focus on the rays, and I'm using this kind of ombre stripy paper from an old Hip Kit Club, and I'm just backing the rays, and then I'm going to leave the middle open so my mixed media shines through there, and my photo is just going to lay on top like that. I'm not doing anything to my photo at all. I think I backed it with some white cardstock there. I don't even think I backed it. I think that's actually just the outline from when I printed it. So I didn't actually do anything to my photo at this time, which is crazy because usually I layer up my photo quite a bit. But I really wanted the mixed media to shine and all of the other elements around it. So I wanted to leave my photo just how it is. I'm going to go ahead and stick down these elements, make sure that those are lined up straight, and I'm pulling out some of these little puffy stickers. These are like title stickers from my Hip Kit Club. This is an older one I've had in my stash for quite some time, but it was a really good summery one, and I love these little titles, but I couldn't get both of these to work the way that I wanted them to look on there, so I ended up just using the summer one, and then I'm going to build on that title and just kind of make a punny title instead. This photo is of my boys watching the sunset. We were really like chasing the sun, which is why I'm using this embellishment here that says Chase the Sun. I know it has a surfboard and a palm tree on it, but I just loved it, and it just fit in that corner so perfectly. And we were really chasing the sun. We were baling hay. It was hay season in the summer, and we work full time, so it's kind of hard to fit in hay whenever you work full time, and by the time you get done working, it's almost time for the dew to settle in, and then your hay is wet again. So your hay has to be very, very dry to bale it up, because if it's too wet, it's a fire hazard, because wet round bales tend to get very hot inside and they can start a fire. So you want them to be very dry, and we were really, really chasing the sun this night and trying to get as much done and baled up as we possibly could. You can see it laying on the ground still where the trailer is parked. I was driving the truck and trailer around, and my husband loads me up, and then we drive it back to the farm. So this was a little break that we had. My boys were having snacks on the back of the trailer, waiting for more hay bales to come over and be delivered to our trailer here. And yeah, we were just kind of soaking it in, and this was just a gorgeous sunset, so I managed to just snap a couple pictures of it. And my little title there, I've added some alphas. I think these are the Luna alphas that are in the Cherry on Top shop. I'll link them below if I can find them. I think they're still in stock. But I just added to my title there and put Hey There Summer, because I just thought that was so funny and too good of an opportunity to pass up that good pun and use hay in my title and spell it the way that hay is spelled, not H-E-Y. But since we were baling hay, I just thought it was too cute to pass up. So I've got some wax twine that I threaded through that embellishment. That's also from the Hip Kit. Pretty much all of these embellishments I'm using are from that kit, and I just love it. I love this kit. I love that I'm actually using it, because I have a lot of Hip Kits in my stash that I haven't actually even touched. So I was super excited to actually use this one today and get to play around with it. And I love the way that this mixed media has dried, and it just looks so pretty, just peeking out from all of these elements. I tried to bring in the colors of my photo with my mixed media. That's something I like to do, is match the colors that are in my photo to my mixed media colors. I feel like it helps draw that focus back to your photo. And then some of these little chipboard clouds, they're just so sweet. And I actually found a third one too that I'm going to add at the very end here. But just gluing down a few of these elements, making sure everything's stuck down good. I like to use my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive because it dries clear, so I don't have to worry about making a mess, which I usually do. Some of it usually kind of splurges out there, and I'm fine with that because it dries up clear, so nobody's going to see my mess. I've also pulled out these little embellishments from Safe Travels collection by Simple Stories. It's been one of my all-time favorite collections for travel. I love this collection so much. I've used a lot of it. I think I bought it like 3 or 4 times because I just loved it so much. And I just go back to it for a lot of my layouts. This one here has the same kind of color scheme as that collection. So I thought these embellishments would be perfect with this. So I'm just pulling in a few embellishments from that kit or collection, and then I'm using some orange thread today, and I'm going to add some of that behind and around some of these embellishments. Not using glue dots for these. I'm just gonna reinforce and glue down with my Nuvo glue, and that should hold up just fine. So I'm just going to continue layering up my embellishments. I'm going to pop some of these up with some 3D foam squares. My favorite ones are these Jeni K foam squares. I get them from ThermoWeb. I don't know if a Cherry on Top has them or not, but I get mine from ThermoWeb. So I'll put the links for those down below for you too. And just remember, if you do place an order for the Shimmerz products for the mixed media, if you use my name in the notes section of your order, you can get a free gift. And it's always a really nice gift. It's not like something that they just have laying around that they haven't sold a lot of. And honestly, I don't even know if they have any of those products because they sell a lot of everything. So, but it's always a really good free gift. So you'll enjoy it for sure. So here is my little camera with the thread on there. That's glued down at this point. I'm going to add this little circle there and then see if I can find some more wordy bits here. I love this camera from that Safe Travels collection. So I'm going to pop this in here. I just have to get it underneath there to get it where I wanted it. And I also used some washi tape on this one underneath that little banner with the wax twine in it. I just love it. I think it looked super cute and it worked really well on this layout. I've added my date stamp. I have the Paige Evans roller date stamp. I have a few date stamps, but that's usually my go-to. And then I have these little wordy bits. I'm just going to add a few of those here. And I'm going to grab some new little, they're like little dewdrops. I can't remember what they're called offhand, but I just got them in my Cherry on Top order. And they're by Pink Fresh Studio. Glitter drops. They're called glitter drops. I just looked them up. But they're really, really pretty. So I'm going to add a few of those here at the end. I've added a couple of those little flowers from that Safe Travels collection. And then just adding a little bit more, a couple more hearts to this layout just to give it like some heart confetti. And I like to try to make the colors match, so I've used some orange and yellow where my mixed media is orange and yellow. I'll add some blue ones up at the top. I like these little phrases, so I'm adding those up on that side. It looked like it was just a little bit naked and needed something there. I like to add a ton of embellishments in my embellishment clusters and just kind of use all the things and just layer them up and make it look really fun. So I'm just going to glue that part down and let's see what's next here. What am I doing? I don't even remember what I was doing there. Oh, stapling. I stapled the tails of my wax twine down. Yeah, that's what I did. It's hard to remember sometimes what all I add because I just go back in with so many different things sometimes. And I bounce around too. Add that little heart there, add a blue one up here, and then I'm going to grab those little glitter drops. I just love these. They're super sparkly and they're almost like an ombre. They're really, really cool, and I just thought these blue ones would look so cute up here. I'm just going to use a few. I'm not going to use a ton of them. I don't want to overpower the layout, but I just think they just look so cute for that little pop of color. And then I'm pulling out some orangish shade ones for down here. And I'm just going to add, again, just a few, not a ton of them. I don't want to do anything crazy on this one. I just wanted to add a few of these just for a little pop. And then there's that other cloud coming in, that last little cloud. And then here's the finished layout. This is what it looks like, all dried and flattened out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this process. I hope that I've inspired you to create something today. And I hope that you're not intimidated to try mixed media. It's very easy, actually, whenever you just start playing around with those layers and just have fun with it. So I hope I've inspired you guys today. Thank you so much for being here and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.